So there's a false dichotomy out there that you either have access for your voters or you have security. And that's a real criticism I have of Democrats in Congress. They've built up this false narrative about voter suppression, and they're trying to take away my power in my own state to run our elections. They're trying to overturn my photo ID to vote law. They're trying to overturn my ability to clean up our voter rolls. So the Attorney General of the United States, Merrick Garland, sent a threatening letter to the Secretaries of State and told us that if we change anything going forward from how they had been done in 2020, then we were subject to being sued by him. My concern is that this administration is going to come after conservative Secretaries of State who aren't even necessarily, like I've done, making things more secure. If all they do is go back to how they ran their elections before COVID, they're at threat of litigation and at threat of having their authority taken away to run fair elections. It's a real concern. I think it's appropriate for the federal government to provide an opportunity for people to register to vote. I think it's a legitimate thing for them to do. So I think there's a limited role for the federal government to play that's a healthy role. There are some rather famous left-leaning groups that act like they're nonpartisan and fair and neutral, but of course they're not, and they routinely sue me. And now these are the people that President Biden has put in charge of voter registration. What I don't favor is for the Biden administration to invite these left-wing groups and have them functionally serve as the government officials registering people to vote. Again, it's just a big conflict of interest to have these ideological groups performing functionally what are government services. There are some people that are selling false notions about all the systems being rigged and the internet being hacked and our votes being stolen. That's not true. We haven't given in to misinformation, and we don't govern by YouTube. We actually look at the facts and look at the law, and then we improve the law. What we've shown in Kentucky is you can make it easy to vote and hard to cheat at the same time. You don't have to suppress voters. That's not right. You got to make this accessible for our people. It's good for both sides. It's good for the voters. But you also have to ensure security, because again, if you don't, you're going to suppress voters because they're not going to trust your process and they're not going to come vote.